Welcome to the Explainer. You know, in the world of AI, powerful tools usually come with a pretty hefty price tag, right? So, what happens when one of the most advanced creative AIs is suddenly just free for everyone? Well, Elon Musk just went and did that with Grok Imagine, and believe me, the creative world is still trying to pick its jaw off the floor. Okay, so it all kicked off with this really simple post on August 16th. There was no big press release, no fanfare, just a direct statement from Elon Musk on X. And get this, it was ironically paired with an AI-generated image of the man himself. Just 9 words. But those 9 words, they immediately put the entire creative AI industry on notice. And look, let's be super clear here. We're not talking about some basic filter app you'd find on your phone. This is a professional-grade tool for making incredible video and images. A tool that, just a few weeks ago, was locked behind a paywall. And now, that barrier to entry has just, poof, completely vanished. I mean, this is a massive shift. So let's get into it. What is Grok Imagine, really? And why is making it free such a ridiculously big deal? Okay, the easiest way to think about it is like a direct line from your imagination straight to your screen. But here's the kicker. A lot of these tools, they stop at just static pictures. Grok Imagine, it goes a huge step further. It doesn't just make images, it generates these short 6-second videos, and they even come with AI-generated sound. How cool is that? And the range here, that's what's really blowing my mind. This isn't just for, artsy experiments. We're talking about the ability to generate detailed, totally usable logos, professional, branded content, right next to incredibly realistic portraits. I mean, this is basically a whole creative toolkit that, until now, would have cost you a fortune in different software subscriptions. All right, so let's pop the hood on this thing. What are the specific features that are giving this tool all its power and flexibility? Right off the bat, you can see this is so much more than a simple type a prompt, get an image tool. That developer API, that's huge. It means we could start seeing this tech pop up inside other apps, completely changing what they can do. And then, of course, there's the spicy mode. This is kind of Musk's answer to all the heavy restrictions you see on other platforms. It basically allows you to generate more, let's say, unrestricted content. So what's the magic behind all this? Well, it's a technology they're calling Aurora, and it's really clever. Instead of just spitting out the whole image at once, it actually builds it piece by piece. Think of an artist making deliberate, careful brushstrokes. That's kind of what Aurora does, and because it works that way, you end up with much more coherent, better-looking images, and it gives you, the user, way more control over the final product. Okay, so we know what it is, we know what it can do, but what about the real-world impact? How are people actually using it now that it's gone from this exclusive paid tool to a global phenomenon basically overnight? Yeah, this whole shift from paid to free has already kicked off a huge wave of transformation. Let's take a look at how it's being used by some of the creators and pros who got their hands on it early. So you take a creator like Victoria Harrison. For someone who's a solo act, right? The ability to just instantly whip up unique visuals for social media without having to hire a designer or pay for expensive stock photos, that's not just helpful. It literally changes the entire financial game for her workflow. And it's not just for individuals. This thing scales up big time. For a whole marketing team like Michael Williams' crew, this just means incredible speed. We're talking about brainstorming and A/B testing dozens of visual concepts for a campaign in the same amount of time it used to take them just to brief a designer on one idea. That's a game changer. Let's just stop and really look at this timeline for a second. Grok Imagine was a paid product for, wait for it, only 19 days. 19! That is not a price drop, folks. That is a strategic pivot at lightning speed that caught the entire market completely, totally off guard. So, okay, what's the big takeaway here? What does this whole crazy shift actually mean for you? I mean, whether you're a pro creator, a marketer, or maybe just someone who's curious about all this AI stuff. Well, this is it. This is your new creative toolkit, and it costs absolutely nothing. You're getting high-speed image and video generation, you're getting advanced editing features, even developer access. Essentially, a professional-grade content studio has just been handed to anyone with an idea. It's wild. When you really think about it, this move completely democratizes high-end content creation. It just leveled the playing field, like overnight. The only barrier left is your own imagination. So the real question isn't about what the AI can do anymore. The question is, With tools this powerful now in everyone's hands, what are we going to imagine next?